Boiling water and a cheap block of instant noodles is the essential survival meal when money gets tight. Households are currently feeling the weight of inflation. They are counting every centavo at the local market and leaning on reliable staples to feed their families. This same economic pressure, the fear of stagflation and a slowing economy, has retail investors exiting the broader markets in search of safety. While the average family is forced to cut back, the math tells a different story for the corporation manufacturing their survival food. Compare household budgets to corporate profits here. In the first quarter, Monde Nissin's core net income reached 3.3 billion pesos. Their reported net income climbed 34%, reaching 3.7 billion. The market reacted immediately. Shares ticked up over 2%, closing at 6.71. To navigate this economy, you have to shift your perspective away from the struggle of the consumer and look at the strategy of the investor. We call this the Alpha Protocol strategy. Look strictly at the raw data from the first quarter. This company brought in 22.8 billion pesos in consolidated revenue. This visualization isolates the primary driver. The Asia-Pacific branded food and beverage segment generated 19.1 billion pesos on its own. This wasn't a result of higher prices alone. The data shows volume growth across every domestic category. CEO Henry Suasanto used a two-part strategy to protect margins: internal cost management combined with calculated pricing actions on the shelf. This demonstrates pricing power, the ability a company has to raise prices without causing consumers to abandon the product. When a corporation can pass rising costs to the consumer while selling more units than the previous year, it has secured a position of market control. Domestic sales provide a steady base, but they don't fully explain why reported income jumped by 34%. The additional growth came from overseas. Quorn Foods, the international meat alternative segment, shifted from a historical struggle to a primary profit driver. Quorn's gross profit surged by 54.4%, pulling the segment's overall profit margin up to nearly 32%. Efficiency gains also meant their core operating profit, or EBITDA, doubled to hit 325 million pesos. Elite corporations aggressively restructure their struggling international assets to manufacture outsized returns for their shareholders. Shift your focus away from the income statement and look at the balance sheet. This diagram shows the company's liquidity position: 16.6 billion pesos held purely in cash and cash equivalents. Contrast that cash pile against the total outstanding debt of 1.7 billion pesos. This creates a secure financial floor for the company. In finance, this is a defensive stock, a company designed to provide stable earnings regardless of how the broader stock market performs. During a downturn, people delay buying a new house or a car, but the demand for essential food staples remains constant. Lock this framework into your blackout ledger for future market analysis. Look for high cash reserves, proven pricing power, and inelastic consumer demand. The math is clear. You can remain a consumer paying for the rising cost of these staples, or become the investor profiting from their resilience.